Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early November 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Cappies. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. Guides and spirit team, talk to me about Capricorn. We're in the early stages of Scorpio season. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's rock and see what we got for Capricorn. Please, my guides, talk to me. What's happening with my friends here? In early November, nice and quick. There we go. We have this beautiful alchemist type of energy. It's very similar to the Hermit whenever I see it. So this is very layered, very complex. This could speak about the focus of your attention. So there could be something very specific that you're paying a lot of attention to in these days. But there's so many undertones with this card. It's more complex than the usual oracle. And we'll get into all the detail in a moment. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this wise alchemist figure here. Now, I always say this does remind me of the Hermit, so it could really encapsulate a lot of those vibes. Maybe some of you are linked to Virgo when this shows up front and center. But when I see it, it can be a retracted, pulled back type of energy. Maybe there's something you're paying a lot of attention to or working on in solitude. This could represent manifesting as well. Because if you look at the imagery here, this alchemist has that potion and there's full focus on it. So this does say that either you're under someone's microscope or there could be someone or something that you have a lot of attention towards right now. There's a big focus here, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. But I always say when this type of energy shows up aside from the focus, maybe you need to realign it. Maybe Spirit's saying like, hey, maybe pay a little more attention to some other things. That's possible. But a big thing here, aside from wisdom, aside from spirituality, is creation. What you're creating, what you're bringing into your life. So I've been seeing it in recent weeks where Capricorn has been a magnetic energy, but we're just going to put him down over there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright, and we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up here one time for my Cappies. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, because it seemed like we were hitting a really nice swing of energy. It was titled A Massive Win, and there was a lot of really good energy coming towards the collective for a couple of weeks now. Like I said, there's been a magnetic energy around the Capricorn, so hopefully good things have been happening to you. Whether it is celebrations, money things, work things, interpersonal relationships. I was really liking the vibe I saw last week. And wins do come in all different shapes and sizes, but let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Get these 3 cards out. What's happening with my Cappies, please? Early November, my guides. I'm going to hope to keep the good times rolling. Yeah, now here's a card that could represent you, and that's something I saw for you last week as well. One of the main cards had a representative that could absolutely be you here in the front end. So I like this Knight of Pentacles. It could also be something starting a little slow. Maybe your patience is being tested. We'll see, though. That could be an important card within this spread. Let's get 2 more. Start to build this out. Yeah, lots of changes here. With the Death card, do not be afraid of that, especially since it is a Scorpio card and we are in Scorpio season. So very layered here. There's a lot of nuance in this week's reading for sure. And we're only 2 cards in. Let's get 1 more, then we'll start to piece it together. All right, we do have the 5 of Pentacles here on the back end. Now, elementally, this spread is looking okay to me, but there might be some things for us to take a look at, that's for sure, whether it's certain situations. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. And remember, this could be someone else's energy that's around you. But at first look, first glance, elementally, I see a lot of Pentacle energy here on the extreme end, so that could be a big focus on the monetary, responsibilities, work, the home. So there's a lot of material here, and we do have the Death card in the center, which is extremely powerful. But it is water, right? Because it is Scorpio. So let's go through one by one. I like when I mix water and earth, even if there's some challenges, because it speaks of potential. Pardon me. But let's go through one by one and really start to build this up. So position number one, we have the Knight of Pentacles, one of the slower movers in the whole entire tarot deck. Now, in my simplistic style, since you're an earth sign, the clarifier could tell us something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling. Maybe you're linked up with another earth sign when we have this Knight of Pentacles, but it is slow, diligent, detail-oriented. So if that's something that fits a description for you, maybe you're stepping into that power a little more in this time, taking it easy, slowing it down. Now, the inverse of the Knight of Pentacles, because remember, every card has positive, every card has challenges. This could also be a messenger, so it could speak of communication. But when I see the Knight of Pentacles, I do think it could be something that's at a halt or something that's very, very slow to start. So maybe you're waiting on something, maybe you feel like things are not moving as quick as you'd like. That's a big possibility. Like, it is stable. That's a really good thing I like about this Knight of Pentacles, is that it is very stable in its own right. But this could be important when we look at the whole big picture of the spread. Now, moving to the center, we have the Death card. So as I said, it's a card that could represent Scorpio. Maybe you're linked up with a Scorpio here when this card's in the mix. Once again, in my simplistic style, since the time of this filming, we're in Scorpio season, the clarifier could tell us something that's coming towards you or what you might be feeling. So we still have this magnetic energy that's showing up in the front end where it's like, all right, this is coming towards you, this is coming towards you. So we might get a heads up or two. But the Death card, to me, yes, sometimes it could represent endings. To me, this is more of a card of metamorphosis, change, right? Like changing in a very big and powerful way. Because not only does this card represent a closeout, but a new beginning, a new birth, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. So very powerful. It's also karmic. So there's a lot of undertones we could look at here. Something could be changing in a very big way for a lot of you, or multiple things even. But moving to the back end, this is where we might have a little bit of a challenge, possibly. We have the Five of Pentacles. Now remember, this could be someone else's energy, and you see these individuals, they're like thrown out in the cold. In the material sense, the Five of Pentacles could represent, and I'll give you the challenges first before the positive. It could represent possible issues in regards to money. So make sure you're budgeting, don't overspend in this time, make sure your money situation is right. And I know a lot of Capricorns in my personal life. When I think of a sign that struggles with money, Capricorn generally isn't it. So this could be someone you're linked to for sure. But another thing we think of with the Five of Pentacles is separation, loneliness. Maybe somebody is down in the dumps, feeling sad, upset in one way or another. This could, in its strongest sense, represent abandonment issues. It's solitude. This is a card of solitude or lonesomeness. So we'll really see what it's about as we move forward. In the positive, to me, this does represent somebody starting a fresh journey and taking the very first steps. Even though this isn't the Fool card, to me, every journey starts by you taking an action or you making a move on your own. Sometimes in life, like, nothing's going to start for you. You have to start it yourself. So especially next to the Death card and all this other energy that could be yours, a lot of you could be in the very early stages of things where you might have to make a move. But I don't want to talk this into the ground. It is what it is. But elementally, there's a lot of possibility here, Capricorn. Like, there's a lot of good possibilities in the mix. So we're just going to put those down here. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Cappies and see what's happening. My guides talk to me. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's get in here. See what's happening with that Knight of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Pentacles time. What's it doing here? Thank you. Okay, getting over something slowly. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. This is healing. And I've been seeing this with a lot of signs, like the term healing's been coming out a lot, and I've been giving little speeches and the signs that they show up, that healing is something we hear in a lot of readings and a lot of spiritual circles, and it's like a label that just get pasted on. But healing is a very intense thing to go through, and there's different ways to heal. And I'll just throw it out real quick before I go on a tangent. When it comes to physical healing, yes, it's about rest, recuperation, giving your body what it needs. When it comes to mental healing, It's more about understanding, whether it's people's motives or a topic itself. Like once you understand, then you can mentally heal from something. And as far as emotions, the thing that it all boils down to is acceptance. When you can accept something for what it is. So I am seeing this here in the beginning. Could be you, right? Three of Swords is pain. Okay, in reverse, that's the best way we want to receive it. So it is somebody getting better little by little. Now, there might be something that's weighing heavy on you, weighing heavy on your heart in this time. Okay, that it's just difficult to shake. And underneath the Knight of Pentacles, it is improving, it is getting better, but just know you might not be in the best of moods in the coming days and weeks. And it could be something minor. You could just feel a little glum, you know, like a gloomy day, but it could also be something pretty major. I'm still getting that healing journey, that healing transition, though, for a lot of you. So if that's not something you're doing, that might be something you should focus on in this time. And I really don't want to get muddied up here a little too much. Maybe it's how someone's feeling towards you, right? A little bit of a sting. So we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest, because remember, we have a karmic card, a very powerful card in the center, a change-based card, and the Five of Pentacles on the back end. So we're going to keep it moving here. I'd say it's good, right? Like Three of Swords in reverse is a way we want to receive this card, but the fact that we have the Five of Pentacles here, someone is feeling off. Okay, that's for sure. So let's see what's up with that Death card. Let's see why that Death card is in the mix. For my Cappies, please. What's this powerful Death card about? Yeah, now the deck is being very specific. There it is. Thank you. Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. This is somebody being a little resistant to change, that's for sure, but it does feel inevitable to me. Oh no, I knocked the Death card off its bearings a little bit. Let me try to fix that. Okay, let's get these cards going, because that'll drive me crazy. It's not as easy as it looks, right? But when I get the Ace of Swords underneath the Death card, to me, that is like somebody that's either not accepting something or not speaking about it. So for a lot of Capricorns in this time, if you are going through big life changes, whether they're mental changes, emotional changes, changes in your situation, you might not be opening up to a lot of people about it. That's a big thing. I'm getting that vibe of keeping it to themselves, or someone trying to keep it to themselves, keep it on the low. And that's fine. If you're a private individual, that's perfectly okay. But with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's more about mental clarity. So watch your mental state in this time, right? There might be a little bit of fog happening. Notice all the swords are in reverse on the bottom. Now that could talk about somebody's mind not being in the right place. So try to stay optimistic if possible in this time. But I am still getting these major changes, these powerful changes right here up the center. Could it be karmic related? Could it be about the journey of life itself? Absolutely. And you might, either you're keeping it to yourself or you might not be super comfortable with it. But that's an okay thing, because change isn't always comfortable, right? Whether it's internal changes, external changes, maybe this is even a change of heart. I could really see that. And we'll see, I'll get a little more detail on the back end, but you might be changing your feelings in this time as well. Like, so there, a lot of things are on the table, a lot of things are on board, and you could be prone to like have sudden changes of heart in this time, whether it's about people or situations. Let's see why that Five of Pentacles is there. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. I mean, if that's not you having like a sudden change of heart, it could be somebody else. And remember, that's all intuitive, okay? That's not the strict meanings here. So why is the Five of Pentacles in the mix? Thank you. Hey, all right, we have the King of Cups in the upright, aka Kyle of Cups himself without a beard, having himself a little drink, a little beverage right there underneath the Five of Pentacles. This is good, and like I've been saying, it reads like a storyboard to me. So for a lot of you, this is a card of emotion, the King of Cups. Now, it could be a water sign for a portion of you. If you're connected to a water sign, they might be going through a difficult time. Okay, that could be a clear indicator. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but the King of Cups is the master of emotions. It also represents love. So with the Three of Swords, now there's a lot of indicators of having deep care, deep emotions, deep love. But I'm picking up this change, and like I said, it feels like a storyboard where in the front, it's like slow. Yeah, there's some healing there. It's moving slowly. Then in the center, it's like, yeah, I'm not telling anyone about it, but there's like that sudden shift, that sudden change of heart. With this King of Cups in the upright under the Five of Pentacles, this tells me that, yeah, either you're seeing the silver lining of something, or there are big changes in emotion all over the place. So whether it's your feelings changing, someone else you're linked to, there's a lot of changes of heart and changes in general, okay? And I know I keep pounding that message home, but that's just what I'm feeling this week. And underneath the Five of Pentacles, I still feel, regardless of the changes of heart, there's a little warning about emotion, that you might be a little glum. Make sure you take some time to rest, recuperate, take care of yourself, right? Be kind to yourself here in this time. Self-love, self-care is a huge thing, but this does really speak to me of changes of heart. So we're going to put that King of Cups down right there. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. So if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a card that could be you with the Three of Swords in reverse. I went on a whole spiel about how people heal from different things, what's at the root of it. And I am getting this slow creeping healing of something getting better, but there's a little bit of a gloominess, a glumness, somebody being down a little bit. Moving to the center, we have the Death card with the Ace of Swords in reverse. This could absolutely be someone going through some powerful changes and not speaking about it, keeping it to themselves, and that's okay. Whether it's external, internal, changes in situations, that's a possibility here, but this is someone that doesn't really want to speak about it or put it out there. Just a lot of keeping things to themselves, but I did say the sudden change of heart happening because it's like slow, then it kicks in and it completes on the back end, because we have the Five of Pentacles with the King of Cups in the upright. There is deep love, care, and emotion within this spread. Don't get that twisted. It's in the mix. Could be connected to a water sign that's going through a very difficult time, and there are some tough emotions to be played with, but still, I'm picking it up in every single one of these alignments of a change of heart. Whether it's changing your mind about a person, changing your mind about a situation. And I know Capricorns don't change their mind lightly. So if that's not someone else, there could be things changing within you. So please take a screenshot. Let's get you a shadow card here. I mean, of course, we could pluck some warnings out of this spread if we really wanted to, but there's a silver lining here as well. So I really like that. So what's up on the Cappies, please? And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end. I feel like it's a nice thing to do. See if it's something within you, maybe something you don't quite see. So let's get you one shadow card to end us off. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. I just added a brand new tier. It's only a couple of bucks. That's for those of you that want the zodiac emojis or the badges, the membership badges. So obviously no pressure, but I wanted to let everyone know. Let's get it going. What's happening here? Thank you. All right, Knight of Cups. So a lot of things similar to what we have with the King of Cups. The Knight of Cups comes out a lot in romantic readings. But what was a main thing we saw within this whole spread this week? It's not just change, but also emotion could really be at play. Like 2 out of the 3 things here were about how someone's feelings could be being affected. And the Knight of Cups could represent that. Now, the fact that it is in the shadows, once again, if this is not a water sign hanging in your energy here, it could be about wanting to progress something or yearning for something like that, like an emotional connection. That's a big possibility. But it screams hidden feelings, hidden emotions, and we saw it within the spread itself. So if this is not you, if there's not something you're feeling and you're not speaking about, this could be someone you're linked to that is purposely suppressing or not sharing their true feelings here, okay? You could still be shaking off a romantic thing as well, some sort of love thing. But we'll just leave it at that, Capricorn. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be in the community tab after this week's fire and air readings. But for November, we're bringing back winner's choice. 2 lucky subscribers will get to pick a deck of their choosing up to $40 US. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one do you think is the most fun? Which one do you have the most fun with? And yeah, after that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of November, I'll pick the winners at random as usual. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.